for tuning in to the iBOSS Pitch Perfect show, where early stage and startup company founders tell their stories. The passion behind the business is often the untold story, but that's what drives the vision. It's what keeps an entrepreneur awake at night and what provides them with the strength they need to overcome adverse circumstances. On the iBOSS Pitch Perfect show, you will hear some of those stories as these founders convey their visions and paths for execution without props or PowerPoints. iBOSS is a training and advisory concern that assists startups and early stage companies as they enter the world of investment capital. The iBOSS Pitch Perfect show is our platform to provide these companies with a stage to present what they do and how they do it. Viewers, please note, there are various securities regulations that impact what a company can and cannot say in public forums when they are raising capital. So to keep our presenters on the right side of the SEC and state securities regulations, you can contact them through our website at ibossinc.com for any fundraising they might be conducting, as that part will not be aired publicly. Just follow the link for Pitch Perfect at our website. Each pitcher has 10 minutes to tell their story. Our judges have 3 minutes to ask any clarifying questions, and you have 14 days to cast your vote through our online survey by following the Pitch Perfect link on our website at ibossinc.com. You can help the highest scorer win the pitch purse valued at $5,000. So now, let's meet our judges. Our first returning judge is Clinton Jones, president of Clinton Jones and Associates, where they help you move your business to the next level by helping you deal with your finances. Our next returning judge is Pierre Walters, director of Blue Artists LLC, a creative agency that delivers inspiring public relations and branding results by helping you build your difference. And our first-time judge, Fran McNeil, president of Fran McNeil, a consultancy where they deliver significant business results. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Here's to another exciting show. And so first, let's go to our sponsors for today's show.
Hello, my name is Shirley Liu. I'm the Executive Field Chairman with First Financial Security, and we are the proud sponsor of the iBOSS Pitch Perfect shows. The reason I'm here today is that I'm bringing you the next generation of retirement products. Believe it or not, it's life insurance. Now, I may want to ask you, do you have the old kind or the new kind? Well, does your current life policy covers for you in case if you happen to get hurt, disabled, heart attack, stroke? Does that policy give you lifetime income? If it does not, one of the things you may want to need to consider is that when you come to your life insurance, you need to consider 3 things. Living too long, making sure it has retirement, die too soon, a death benefit tax-free, and on top of it, all living benefits cover if you were to get hurt. You can reach me at shirleyloufinance.com, 703-608-1203. Thank you.
So now, let's begin. Our first presenter today is Zia Rana, President and CEO of Text Behind Inc. from Maryland. Welcome, Zia.
Thank you for having me. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having me today. My name is Zia Rana. I started Text Behind with a passion for children, to connect them with their incarcerated parents nationwide. I understood the industry by taking an entire year of understanding the economic framework of our country and the social nuances that we have and our strategy, that how we link the quality of life with the economics of it. As an entrepreneur for several years, I've done business in several different countries, learned languages, understood cultures, the underlying drivers, how a society is built and how it's maintained and how it's run. When I came to US, I looked at various industries because I had to start several more. As an entrepreneur, I always like starting new businesses, develop them, and either sell them or make them automated. And so Text Behind, even though I have very ambitious goals into developing this company over $1 billion in the next 5 years, but my core objective with this service is to help repair relationships that are severed by the, I would say, less than ideal economic and social strategies that we have developed over the past 3 or 4 decades. My company was launched officially on July 25th, 2014. It was co-funded by the state of Maryland. I was told that I was the first person to earn state's money with that deal. It's because the social enterprise value that I presented in my business plan was effective enough to have the state take the equity participation. To define the problem that I'm trying to solve, US has the most incarcerated population in the world. More than 25% of all the inmates in the world are in one country, here. And we have 2.3 million inmates just in the state and federal system. And under the DOC system nationwide, we have about 6.8 million adults at any given time. And they speak to 3 to 5 people at average. On the outside, we have all the technologies available for communication. But on the inside, we still have the same medieval scroll handwriting method, mostly because of security, but I think that there is now a time to change that. The real problem is not there's a lack of communication, but what happens due to the lack of communication. Imagine if you have somebody on the inside and you want to communicate with them. There are only 3 methods how you can communicate with them. Either you can go visit them in person, which the distance from where the person was captured and from home is part of the punishment, which means that they'll be at average about 100 miles away from where you were captured. A mom working 1 or 2 jobs with children, she can't go and meet and connect the parents and children at all times when they want. Secondly, you can only receive a phone call from the inmate. And as we see over the headlines all the time, that are the cost of phone calls. Based on my study, if you speak to an inmate for 15 minutes per week, only 15 minutes, throughout the year, your bill will be $863.43, approximately. With my service, you can connect with your loved one every single day, and you will only pay $239 and get more photos and text messages and have a quality communication, not just emotional exchange. And third method is that you can only write a handwritten letter to the inmate. And we understand, all of us, that we don't write letters anymore. This does not fit in today's technological framework that we have. So what I've done is develop a technology, the bridge, that families can use their existing smartphones or computers and create electronic letters, including photos and greeting cards and money orders, all those things, and send to the inmate. And inmates will receive all of these items in a printed format, which is standardized, high quality, and inmate can then take any piece of paper, write back, and the family will receive all of their content, handwritten, in electronic format as a text message. There's no transcription because we want to keep the personality of the letter intact. That's what matters a lot in this process. So providing a affordable communications platform between the 2 parties is extremely important, especially for the children. A heartbreaking fact is that 70% of the children of the incarcerated at some point in their life do end up behind bars because they don't have the generational connection to guide them properly, that what was done wrong, what is to be done right. So that bonding between the two parties is not there. Our technology is basically, we launched the service July 25th. And so far, I've been able to connect 25,000 loved ones after only 34 days of marketing to the 3.99% of the population in DC, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. And the marketing time did not exceed more than 40 minutes overall. So in just 40 minutes of marketing, about 15,000 customers signed up to the service. This explains that how needful the society is for this kind of technology that integrates into your very lifestyle and keeps you connected with a person who is many miles away, many barriers away. So that creates a lot of emotional bridging that was not there before. I'm also proud to say that Text Behind is America's very first full cycle communication system between the friends, family, pen pals, and the incarcerated population. We do not require any contract between us and the facility to accept our mail. It's a seamless operation that connects two parties that are in need of that technology. There is about 30 to 50 million potential customers in the US. And we have connected 25,000 people only after marketing to 3.99% of the market. And my purpose here today is to secure funding to market my product to the rest of the nation. There are several competitors in the US for this service, but there is no other company that does what we do in a most comprehensive way. And we are still evolving to become the most loved, trusted, and emotionally connected brand. Not just any other that retail products, but brand that relationships rely on. So we are here to connect relationships, especially because if I help somebody repair their relationship and protect their children to going back to jail, I will be making this society safe for my own children. So I'm taking a more business approach towards solving a problem that has never been properly addressed to. So in this presentation, I'm not concerned about the minutes. I'm concerned about the minds that I can meld with, and I can solve the problem, and I can save all of our children. As a revenue model, we do text messaging, greeting cards, and money orders. And with each price we pay for $249, $399, and money orders prices vary. But we are also the most affordable service in the US today. Our closest competitor charges about $5 for half the service that we provide. And we have made the inmate replies back to your phone and your computer unlimited for life, even if you use the service only once. You don't even have to pay because we give you the first message for free. So even if you try for free, the rest of your life, the inmate can write you letters all day long, and we'll deliver all to you as a text message. And thank you for that.
My concern is the security ramifications. How does this affect inmates who really should not, for whom the communication barriers are quite necessary?
Correct. So as we know that no solution, no invention is a silver bullet to all the problems. But we have created this technology as a controlled, we have taken the chaos out of the problem. All messages that go into the facility are 100% physical contraband free, which means that's safer for the person who is handling the mail. Secondly, we have several AI-based algorithms that prevent certain kind of communication from going back and forth. We also give the law enforcement some kind of review process based on valid warrants to monitor the communication, which means in this case, they don't have to accumulate paper, but they can do everything based on algorithm that we can provide.
Again, interesting product. My concern is also security based. What is the process that the law enforcement would use to monitor the communication?
Good question. So right now, our entire mailing system across the US is unsecured to begin with, because prison staff, they do not save the paper. They don't even read the proper entire letter. They look for the contraband, which means that any communication going back and forth is not being monitored, recorded, or being analyzed at a later date. What we do is, because communication initiates and ends electronically, so we have unlimited archives saved in an encrypted fashion on our unlimited cloud platforms, which means that a lot of investigative processes can be attached to it.
What is your access as far as, do you have access to all the prison institutions?
Yes, through our website and both mobile apps, iPhone and Android app, we connect everyone in the world to every inmate in the US. And so far, we have not received any resistance or any objection from any prison facility across the US. And we have delivered messages to hundreds of them already. And we actually are meeting with the intelligence department in the state of Maryland, who actually asked us to come and present, and they want to recommend this service as the sole provider of mailing system in Maryland.
Thank you for that presentation, Zia. Not only was it a good presentation, but significant product for the audience that you're working with. Please share the link with everyone in your network and encourage them to vote via the survey found by following the link on our website at ibossinc.com. The presenter with the highest score will win the pitch purse valued at $5,000 with business products and services from our various partners. Good luck to you. Now for a message from our sponsor.
I know as a business person, you have lots of ideas, thoughts, goals, intentions, and dreams. You have a fixed amount of time and a limited budget in which to take action, with unlimited resources that you may not even be aware of to help you turn your concepts into cash. I'm Sylvia Henderson. They call me the Maven of Implementation and creator of the Idea Success Network. I help you clarify, strategize, implement, and hold you accountable to your ideas to move from mind to money. Get my free Idea Success Notes bulletins with tips and practices for turning your dreams into dollars and your ideas into income and impact. Text GOT IDEAS to 202-499-2478 or go to ideasuccessnetwork.com and sign up there. I'll save you time, money, and frustration in the long run by getting your ideas out of your head and into action for profit and purpose.
Okay, so now we're ready for our next presentation, which is from Carl Williams, President and CEO of ZyngaNet of Pennsylvania. Carl, you're on.
All right, thank you for having me, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, and thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to listen to me. My name is Carl Williams. I'm President and CEO of ZyngaNet, a cloud-based provider out of Philadelphia. We're a facility-based cloud service provider, meaning that we have our equipment. We're not simply leasing space from anyone else. When you hear of the cloud, a lot of people think about Google Drive, or they think about the box service. But I'm here to tell you that the cloud is much more than that. My partners and I, Garth Reed and Roderick Francis, started ZyngaNet roughly around 2 years ago. We're immigrants from the Caribbean. And as such, we're looking for ways to level the playing field, if you will. We've noticed that, like anything else in society, there's, that there are haves and the have-nots, right? So you have Fortune 500 companies who have the ability to take advantage of cutting-edge technology to increase productivity, to increase profit, and to make a business run smoothly. You have the small to medium-sized businesses who would like to do the same thing, but they can't because they simply can't afford this technology, or they don't know how to go about getting this technology. So we have come up with a solution. And our solution is it's to change the way that we do business right now. So if you have a business, you have challenges every day in running your business, let alone in today's society. If you don't have an IT staff in your business, you have a significant problem, right? You're unable to upgrade your PCs as you would like to. You have problems with license. They might be too costly for everyone in your organization. You're unable to work from anywhere at any time, right? So NzingaNet has found a solution for this. And our solution is to introduce small to medium-sized businesses to the cloud by providing them with data as a service, software as a service, infrastructure as a service, and disaster recovery as a service. And let me take a minute just to give you a quick overview of these type of technology. So you have desktop as a service. Desktop as a service is actually the ability for you to pretty much spin up a Windows machine on any device, whether it's an Android device, whether it's a regular computer that you currently run in Windows on, or a Mac machine. Yes, a Mac. You can actually run Windows 7 or Windows 8, now Windows 10 soon to be released, on any one of these devices. You can also run them on your smartphone. You can run them on your iPad, right? That is desktop as a service. That's a full-fledged desktop, right? We also offer software as a service, right? Software as a service, for instance, if you want to run Exchange, Microsoft Exchange, that's can also be run as software as a service. It could be run as a platform as a service. We also offer apps, applications as a service. So you have a Mac and you want to run Excel on your Mac. Well, you can simply come to our website and purchase Microsoft Excel. You don't have to get the entire desktop. You can just get that particular application. You can get Microsoft Word. You can get any of the Microsoft Office tools and pretty much any other software that your business can use to further itself, right? With our cloud platform service, you know what your IT costs will be now, you know, because it's a subscription-based model. So we moved you away from a CapEx model now to an operational model. So if you want to upgrade your service, you know what it's going to cost. The thing about NzingaNet, and one of the things that we do for our customers, is we replace their IT department. So their IT is now in the cloud, right? Small to medium-sized businesses, they're spending, I don't know, $85,000 a year to get an IT personnel in their office. If you have 35 to 40, 50, 60 employees, you may not have $100,000 a year to spend on IT. That is where NzingaNet come into place. We are successful because we're able to provide the customers with this type of solution that's, you know, normally reserved for the Fortune 500 companies, right? So now your business is more free. It's more free. You can free up, if you do have an IT guy, you can free that IT guy up to now worry about making the business more profitable. Work on applications that will improve the business instead of running around resetting passwords or you know, upgrading machines and things of that nature. We will handle all of that for you in the cloud. As I said before, our target market is small to medium-sized businesses. That's businesses anywhere from 1 employee to 499 employee as designated by the U.S. government as a small business. We can come into your organization and replace your entire IT staff. Free them up to do other things. We can give you, like I said, Windows 7, we can give you Windows 8, or we can give you specialized software for accountants. We can give you accounting software for the medical industry. We can provide you with CRM tools so that you can manage your patients and your patients' information. We're in a HIPAA compliant data center. Our network is secure, So all of these is offered in one single package in one place. So you don't have to worry about, you know, who is going to fix this and who is going to fix that. You can manage your service through our web portal, or you can let Nzinganet manage it for you. It's one same price. Monthly subscription basis. How would we acquire customers? We would acquire customers based on social media. We'll acquire customer through contacts, popular blogs, sites. We'll acquire customer in forms such as this one right here. We plan to launch marketing campaigns to let people be more aware that the cloud is more than just being able to back up information and save information. It's actually a tool now for you to evolve your business to the next level and take advantage of what the other big Fortune 500 companies have been doing for years. There are competition out here, absolutely, there are competitions out here. What makes us different from the competition is the fact that we're able to provide customized service to our customers. Customer A can come to us and say, I have 100 employees, but I want 20 of them to have Windows 7, and I want the other 80 of them to have Windows 8. And on this particular machine, I want this, and on this particular machine, I don't want this, and I don't want them to have access to this, and so on and so forth. We can do that for our customers. If you go to any of the other providers that's providing service such as this, you're looking into one-size-fits-all type model, right? Where you download, you run a machine, and that's pretty much what you get. Or you have to load your own software on it. So you still need an IT guy to do that, right? We'll make our money by selling a variety of different products. Not only do we sell the application as a service, we can also provide you with a platform as a service. So if you want to do email, for instance, Exchange, you can run Exchange in our cloud on your own server, but it's virtually in the cloud. If you want to test something, you can spin up a couple machines and you can test these machines, and when you're finished with them, you can simply shut them down, and you're no longer being charged for that. Our financial projection is to make over $43 million in the next 5 years, providing this as a service to our potential customers. Thank you for having me. Do you have any questions, concerns?
Yes. Thank you, Carl, for your presentation. Wonderful way to end your presentation with a $43 million projection over 5 years. Can you give me a breakdown, year 1, year 2, and year 3?
Yeah, absolutely. So year 1, we're expecting $5 million in revenue. Year 2, $12 million in revenue. And year 3, we're looking at $21 million. Year 4, $32 million. And year 5, $43 million. Because this is a subscription-based model, it has what you call stickiness. So if you come to our service, it's unlikely that someone is going to call you up and ask you to switch right away, right? Because all your data is with us. We don't keep your data if you want to leave, however, but it's less likely for you to want to migrate to someone else. You're welcome.
Yeah, that sounds very interesting. Part of what you do is being an application provider. Can you access this just through a browser, or do you actually have to have a PC?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. Actually, we just finished upgrading our front end that will now allow you to access this service through Google Chromebooks. Google Chromebook, as you know, is a stripped-down version of a PC. You can actually run a full-fledged machine on a Google Chromebook. So you spend $254 for this machine, and you can run it as if it's a Mac, an $800 Mac machine. So yes, you can access it through HTML5. Yes.
How are you going to go about educating potential customers, as to the value of cloud service in the way that you're providing it, as opposed to using tangible hardware that they're probably not just more comfortable with, but maybe have created their own custom software or applications. How do you deal with that?
Well, the majority of the education is well on its way. I say the word cloud and everybody knows what I'm talking about. But specifically to your point, we're not asking anyone to use something intangible. So if a customer comes to us and they want to take advantage of the cloud service, they will either use a thin client, which is a stripped down version of a PC that's pretty much about the size of a Samsung Galaxy Note phone. It's a little thicker with USB that connects your keyboard, your mouse, and your monitor. So you do have something physical there, right? And if you do want to continue to use your laptop, then you simply would download an application, app that actually access the service on your current machines. So, and you can switch between your desktop and the virtual desktop. And the key about this, you can access this anywhere. So it speaks to the ability to continuance.
You did wonderful in responding. I know you had a lot more to go, but we're limited by the 3-minute time. And so thank you so much. Not only did you give a great presentation, but I think there are a lot of customers that could probably use the service that you provide. Please make sure to share the link with everyone in your network and encourage them to vote via the Pitch Perfect survey on our website at ibossinc.com. The presenter with the highest score wins the Pitch Purse valued at $5,000, and it's full of business products and services from our partners. I wish you luck.
If you're like most business owners, you probably hope you never need to hire a lawyer. And I get it. You want to save money wherever you can, and the last thing you need is somebody talking down to you. But sooner or later, many business owners have to hire an attorney because they've gotten into big legal trouble without realizing it. Maybe they feel terrified about the future because sales are down and bills aren't getting paid. Or maybe they trusted someone that they shouldn't have trusted, and now they have a mess on their hands. When you run your own business, sooner or later there will be bumps on the road, and the owners who prepare in advance are the ones who will survive. That's where I can help. My name is Bernard Williams, and my law firm, the Legis Group, provides legal services and advice to help business owners feel protected, informed, and confident. Don't leave the future of your business to chance. To find out whether your business is on the right track, or if you've got some work to do, visit my website at www.legislawyers.com. I'd be glad to help.
Now, for our final presenter, we have Ian Hahn, CEO at Side Guide of Maryland. Let's hear your presentation, Ian.
Thank you so much, Lorette. And thank you, judges, for being here. My name, of course, is Ian Hahn. I'm the CEO of Side Guide Mobile Campus Tours for Higher Education. Well, as a college tour guide, I gave 232 tours for about an hour and a half each tour. That works itself out to over 2 full weeks of touring. To put that in perspective, that's about watching the original Lord of the Rings trilogy 37 and a half times together. So it's a lot of tours, a lot of opportunity, and a lot of connection to students. I met tens of thousands of prospective students. And one of the things that I realized is that the on-campus visit is one of the most important, if not the most important part of getting students to apply to your school and then also yield into your school after they've applied, after they've been accepted. So the college visit is incredibly, incredibly important. But on the university side and on the student side, we have a couple of problems. For example, there's really a very minimal amount of control that we can exercise on visitors when they come onto campus but they don't make contact with the office. A growing population of students, more students are applying to more colleges, and a growing population of students are unable to get onto a tour. They're driving by, oh, let's stop at this place. They stop there, and they're really unable to get anything other than maybe a paper map with just the building names. But a tour is so much more than just that. There's also no ability for the universities to get any sort of feedback or any sort of data analysis back from those students or from those tour guides, other than just asking them, saying, hey, we have this this tour. How did you enjoy it? What did you do? What did you like about it? You'd have to have someone there taking that data every single day, every single time. So that data analysis and that control are huge, huge, huge problems. And then, of course, that messaging that the students are unable to receive when they do come on campus or when they're virtual. and they don't have the opportunity to come on campus in general. And then, of course, it's expensive. The average school across the board, across the university board in general, spends over $500 per applicant to get them to apply to the school, which is an incredible amount of money if you think about it for all of the college students who are going and visiting colleges and applying to colleges this year. So what are the current competitors in this market? What are the current solutions, in this market? Well, we have, of course, universities create their own self-guided tour maps. They have their own, walk 5 steps and turn right at the barn and you'll see this. Those are great for being able to control the messaging and the content that you create, but it's not really fantastic for being able to get any sort of feedback. All you really understand is, how many paper maps you gave out, but you don't know who took them. You don't know what's your target market that you're really trying to get after. So that functionality, and then there's no navigation or automation or anything like that. So that functionality is really minimal. And then there's the virtual tour market. Starting about 2008, actually the most major player in the space right now, starting in about 2008. They have over about 1,000 schools right now on virtual tours, and basically you can go to your laptop or your desktop and type in the name of the school and then see the virtual tour, see 360 panoramas and information about the school, and that's great for students who are outside, who can't make it to campus and they're just sitting at their computer. But if you're on campus and you don't have that tour ability, you're not going to walk around with your laptop. That's just not going to happen. So what is our solution? How do we create an experience? That's really what we're trying to do. We're creating an experience for the user, for that visitor, as well as be able to give the control of that messaging and the ability for their own information and data analysis and feedback back in for the school. So we've created a 3-pronged software solution that we call SideGuide. We start out with an online content creation software. We move to, they can publish it then immediately, instantly to our mobile application, and then they get data analysis and everything back on the data analysis platform, which is a side part to that online creation platform. They're two separate but both online software solutions. So the online content creation going back, it's click to create, very, very simple. Anybody, no matter what their technical expertise, can create stops, just like a tour guide would stop on a tour. They can drop a stop, they look at their map, they click on the map, and then put information, media content, video, audio, whatever you'd like, and then you create routes, the physical location of where that student is going to go. All the automation, all the navigation then is instantly published into the application on that. The application takes care of all of that, and then the student can use that, download the application, and then take fully fledged tours for fully fledged university tours right on their mobile device. The mobile device knows exactly where you are. It's automated. It knows exactly when to bring up the right information at the right time, which is really fantastic. We also have some features which is pretty cool, like our patent pending point to identify feature called Spyglass, which you can point at a building and then it'll list all the information that's associated with that building, even if it's not on your tour. So it's a really nice opportunity for students to really get a great basis of the campus. And then we also have augmented reality feature as well, where you lift up your camera and it will show you, it'll overlay information on top about the buildings, about the information associated in that tour. And then the data analysis platform is broken down to 2 different sections, the visitor information and then the visit behavior information. Visitor information, of course, is demographics, geographics, and psychographics. So this, the university can really understand who's coming to their campus and to make their campus tour really more effective and efficient that way. And then also the visitor behavior is something that nobody's ever really been able to do because of the technology. Now we're able to really give them location data, heat maps, the ability of where they went, what they clicked on, what did they engage with, how long did they stay, et cetera, whether they're on an actual campus tour as a companion app, or they have their own campus tour just through the app as well. So all that data is really, really, really important. Again, make that campus tour and that visit program, which is, again, so important to admissions and to yielding that student in, make it more effective and efficient. So how do we make money? We are based on a subscription package, so it's a $5,000 subscription to universities. They pay for that, and everything's included, including the support, unlimited tours, unlimited creation, unlimited visitors, as what they have. It's all really the same for us. We house all of the back-end software for them, and so it's extremely simple to implement. A lot of the admissions departments don't really want to have to worry about their technology concerns. We take care of all that for them. The current team, myself, I am the Chief Executive Officer. I have experience This was actually my 5th startup, 3 of which were operating cash flow positive before I exited. My CFO, Neil O'Donnell, is a Cornell JD MBA student, got his biomedical engineering degree, from Johns Hopkins. And then our CTO, Clay Minikis, has extensive experience in both iOS and Android development to really build out this platform in total. In total, we have 8 team members with current web devs and salespeople as well. The current market, we're in the higher education technology market, which is about a $20 to $25 billion industry. Our virtual tourism is more focused. It's about a $200 million industry, but rapidly emerging and exponentially growing every year. We have had some recent traction. Our app has only been on the App Store for a week and a half. From the date that we're filming today. However, we've had 135 people download the app, with over 100 of them actually being active, meaning that they've opened up the app on a next day or days previous from that in the course of a week. So that's really a great thing for us to just kind of see. And then we have 29 schools that are working within the funnel currently and working with to get them onto the app and to see their tours really materialize for them. We have had a ton of fantastic press about us so far. We've been accepted into the One Traction Accelerator in San Francisco, and we're currently working our way through that. They've been absolutely incredible in helping us, and we are really excited for the future. Hopefully it really pans out well for our product, and we think that it's a really fantastic opportunity for schools, for us, and for prospective students to really connect and engage in the most effective way. Thank you so much.
Very good presentation. Interesting field. I believe that your target market are universities. Mm-hmm. Do you have any competition as far as the software is concerned? I mean,
sure. So in our software, there are parallel markets, basically. The virtual tour market is definitely a huge one, and there's very large companies in that market that have 1,000 schools that they're working with in that virtual tourism way. They do have mobile applications, but they're basically ports of their online content, so there's really no functionality or anything associated with it, so there's really no reason to download on your phone except to have another app, which doesn't really make any sense. It doesn't really make any sense to have a mobile platform for that. And then also their content really isn't able to, it would be a pretty big pivot for them to increase their mobile functionality in that way. So we have that, and then we also have mobile tourism, like apps that do general mobile tourism, but they're based for cities, and they're based for kind of city centers, which is a huge market and something that we absolutely want to go into. I did forget to mention in our presentation that we have the flexibility. The product, we started out as a college domain. We had the domain expertise in college markets, but the expandability and flexibility of this scalability, of this product is huge. We can go into theme parks, museums, city centers, whatever, and it creates about a 1.16 billion annual visitors that we have a potential market of gaining into.
That leads right into my question. I was curious about your vision long term, starting with campus tours, but then where do you go from there? What other problems can you solve besides tours with this technology?
So that's a great question. I'm super excited you asked that, because we just took the step last week of moving into theme parks and music festivals. We have a couple of contacts in each field that we've seen really interest in being able to, at a theme park, for instance, if you walk around, you can, take a tour or take whatever, depending on what the wait times are. It will automatically update depending on, what you want to go. Are you a roller coaster fanatic? You really want to see, all the roller coasters? Well, we'll be able to create optimized tours to get you on every single roller coaster, no matter what, because it will automatically update based on the wait times and whatnot. We've currently created a tour for Universal Studios Orlando, and we're working, we're talking to them to be able to work out some sort of feasibility in that space. And then music festivals as well. You point your phone at a stage and you see the schedule of that. You connect with social media and all that capacity and be able to have that information. It's really, really, really cool.
My question is related to security. Mm-hmm. You indicated that you can get information about the person. Sure. What are the privacy security issues?
Absolutely. So we get the information, the demographic and geographic information about that person is given to the university. So it's all housed in what they call Parse, which is actually a Facebook-owned company. So they have incredibly stringent security procedures. That information though is shared with the university because they have interest tracking, which means that the college student would really like to be able to see the
Fabulous.
Thank
You
you.
almost got it
Almost
all
got it.
in there, but thank you so much. You know we're limited by the 3
Absolutely.
minutes for your response. Thank you so much, Ian. Wonderful presentation. And again, I think you have a product that you're going to get a lot of eyes. We're looking forward to seeing it out there. So make sure you too share the link to this to all of your network and encourage them to vote using the Pitch Perfect survey found at our website at ibossinc.com. As you know, the presenter with the highest score wins the pitch purse valued at $5,000, and it's full of business products and services from our various partners. Good luck. Stay tuned, and I will summarize the 3 presentations and discuss the contents of the pitch purse. But first, here's a final word from our sponsor.
Hello, my name is Shirley Liu. I'm the Executive Field Chairman with First Financial Security. We are the proud sponsor of the iBOSS Pitch Perfect shows. The reason we're here today is that I like to inform and educate and empower folks and individuals out there when it comes to their retirement. Now, the kind of things I'm about to talk to you, it has to do with index product, the kind that's too good to be true that you may have not heard of. Well, for example, what are some of the things you may have when it comes to your retirement? Well, do you have a 401k, IRA, TSP? Those are basically retirement plans that you all currently have. Now, when you think of retirement plans, your plans in the future is to hopefully that account will grow, that you never lose a dime. Well, what if the market goes down? Could you lose money? The second question I want to ask you is this: does that particular account have guaranteed lifetime income? Well, how about this? The third piece of it is, does that account happens to double up your income payout when you get sick or into a long-term care situation? If it does not have it, why doesn't it? Maybe isn't it time that you do a financial checkup for you and your family? Find out where you are at with those financial plannings, because it's your money. You saved, it's hard earned, and you want to make sure that it has. In addition to retirement, some of the things you may want to consider. Well, some of the protection, do I have lifetime income as well on that? And does it pay out for my family? If you need to get in touch with me, you can always get in touch with me on shirleyloufinance.com, and my can be reached number is 703-608-1203. We will give you a free consultation analysis so that you can be better informed and empower what you need to do in regards to your financial future. Thank you.
Fabulous presentations today. We had a real opportunity to see a range of presenters from new to pitching through not so new. So let's talk a little about what we heard. From the first presenter, Zia Rana, we heard a company founder very passionate about the software they've developed and the needs its service solves for its intended audience. And we got a good sense of the market with its inherent issues. However, when pitching your business opportunity, ensure to spend time building your presentations for what your audience needs to know and wants to hear. It helps to open with what is your product or service to set the stage so your audience can easily follow your lead. Then you can begin answering the who you are, how you came to do what you do, and what's the expected outcomes. So my challenge to Zia would be to consider developing a 10-minute pitch as though it was intended for 3 minutes. This is to ensure pertinent information is conveyed up front. Then build out answering the other strategic questions by expanding on a minute-by-minute basis depending upon the time allotted. Next, we have Carl Williams of Nzinganet, who conveyed their mission through a service offering designed to support the small business community. And again, there was no question about the passion for the mission. This was a clear example of a presentation directed to end users and not capital resources. I think a good case was made for how new technology can be used to solve business operational issues that will resonate with those seeking such a solution. But clarity is also needed when addressing this audience. I think I might have wanted to hear the benefits of using the platform as an opening, then being provided an understanding of how it's used, followed by the associated costs. Redirecting this end-user conversation to projections, marketing and sales activities are directly tied to revenues. If you are going to discuss projections, especially if they are to be robust numbers, make sure you can frame your marketing and sales activities to fit the expressed future revenues. And finally, we had Ian Hahn, who was definitely not at a loss for words. You can tell that Ian has presented often, as you could see how he just touched many subjects as he went through a short period of time. And mainly it was helping those critiquing his presentation to check off all the boxes. He discussed the market, competition, and future applications. Though I wanted to know more about the company, is it being built out as a going concern, or is it software and platform that's being built for an acquisition strategy exit? He was very mindful of the securities regulations that impact general solicitation when raising capital, but I would have liked to hear from him whether the company was seeking capital solutions at this stage. So, like Ian, with any fundraising you are conducting, make sure you understand any federal and state regulations you are required to abide by to ensure that you stay in compliance. You can follow each presenter on our website at ibossinc.com for any additional information. Just follow the Pitch Perfect link. So now, as we address the pitch purse, I first want to discuss why you should consider this platform to pitch your business. The iBOSS Pitch Perfect Show is a safe space for startup and early stage company founders to pitch their business opportunity in a closed setting to a broad audience. Launched on YouTube, made available to public access cable viewers, and rated by judges, the general audience, and a select group of angel investors. This is where many begin to get serious about how to present or pitch to gain the interest and attention of the communities they seek to engage, whether for capital, customers, or collaborators. From those experienced at the art of pitching to first-timers, this opportunity opens doors to your intended audience while providing focus group type feedback. Judge surveys speak to your presentation's clarity. Audience surveys to the attraction of your product or service, and investor surveys to your investment opportunity prospects. To top this off is the actual competition between the three presenters on the show. Each they're competing for the pitch purse, valued at $5,000 worth of business-focused products and services. The highest scorer chooses the products and services most fitting for them from a menu of select iBOSS partner contributors and made available for each of the show's purses up to the maximum value of $5,000. The pitch purse contents include a press release with supported marketing, a 30-minute interview on public access cable in Virginia, a 20-minute radio interview on Village Connector Radio, a 20-minute interview with Significant Business Results Radio, a 1-hour legal services consultation, a 3-hour executive management workshop, a 4-hour financial consulting session, 2 hours of an idea strategy session at Collabs in Maryland, a 2-hour consultation on how to build, market, commercialize, and scale up your solution in DC, a 3-hour training session on building an investor database, and a strategic IT planning session with follow-up. You can access the link to view the full list of our Pitch Purse contributors by following the Pitch Perfect link on our website, ibossinc.com. We are so grateful to all who participate and contribute to helping make the iBOSS Pitch Perfect show a success. To our presenters, sponsors, advertisers, judges, and all the laborers behind the scenes, thank you. And I would be remiss if I did not express thanks to our iBOSS Angels who received prior notice of companies that fit their investor profile as our token of gratitude for their time, and our audience of viewers who receive access to the iBOSS Book Club with free and discounted ebooks they can download as our thanks for each episode they complete a survey. Thank you all, and until next time, when we consider how to pitch perfect.